Whether you're working solo or as part of a team, this suite of tools can make your work life so much smoother. Today, we're diving into one of the best tools out there for productivity and collaboration, Google Workspace. Now, if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by all the options in Google Workspace, don't worry. I'm here to break down some essential features and show you how to set things up to help you save time and get more done. So let's get started. In this video, we're going to cover what are Google Workspace and tools, organizing your schedules and meetings with Google Calendar, collaborating easily with docs, sheets, and slides, managing your files in Google Drive, creating surveys with Google Forms, building a website with Google Sites, communicating effectively with Gmail and chats, and keeping your project on track with Google Keep and Tags. Let's get right into it. What is Google Workspace? Google Workspace is a suite of cloud based productivity and collaboration tools developed by Google. So, when we talk about cloud based, let me take you back. If you've been living under a rock and don't know what cloud is, I'm going to explain it to you. So, cloud, imagine it's like an air, right? It's like the air, it's everywhere. And anywhere you go, you can always access air, you can access you know, even the clouds, right? If you go outside, you're gonna see clouds, and it's everywhere. Anywhere, any part of the world that you are in, you can always see the cloud. You can always access air. It's the same thing as cloud, right? Cloud is just everywhere. It's like as long as you have access to the internet, you have cloud. And now the world is moving everything to the cloud. Their documents, files, everything is being stored on cloud. Even your Netflix that you or the movies you watch on Netflix is being stored on cloud. So everything is going to cloud. And why is everything going on cloud? Because it is easier for people to collaborate and it improves productivity. Previously, if you had to store a document or an information, you needed some form of hard drive and you store your data or any information in a hard drive, right? And you have to carry that hard drive around. And, it didn't improve productivity because, for example, if your boss gave you a document or gave you an assignment for a document that you have to create, and, you finish creating that document, then you then have to go give it to him physically and he has to make corrections, send it back to you. You make those corrections again. That back and forth could pretty much take days, maybe even weeks, right? Depending on the availability of your boss, right? But now, once you store that document on cloud, your boss can have access to those documents at any time. In fact, you can even work on it together. You can leave comments, you make changes. So right now, most tools are, are cloud based because it's just easier, it's faster, it's better, it makes work sweeter, right? So that's what Google Workspace is, and that's what Google Cloud is. It's just a cloud based. It just provides you with tools that you can easily access with your teammates or your clients and from anywhere in the world, right? So now Google has done it in a way that they put all the tools you need to in one particular place, right? And most tools nowadays have the very few tools or few companies that could actually compete with Google. And if you're very familiar, I mean, most company right now use like Microsoft Office, and I'm sure you've worked with Word, Excel, PowerPoints, and Teams. If you're in that corporate space, right, you're very familiar with these tools. And Microsoft competes with Google, but most tools either separate these things individually. But with Google Workspace, one thing I love about it is the fact that you can start out for free, right? At no cost. You can, you just need to have a Gmail account and start using these tools for free. Of course, there are limits to the tools. Certainly, there's a limit to what you can do with them. But for a beginner or someone who is just testing the waters and want to use, Google Workspace tools for their, even if you're as an entrepreneur, yeah, you can have access to them for free. And all you need is a Gmail account. So let's just go through the pricing so that you understand what you're getting, right? Now, I wouldn't advise anyone who's just starting out to start paying for Google Workspace premium tools, because unless you have like a team or group of people you're working with, I don't really think you need to pay s- for it, right? If you're just starting out, then you can use the free tools. And it offers you Gmail, Drive, Google Meet, Google Calendar, Google Chat, document, sheet, slides, keep sites and forms. We're gonna go through all this, okay? But it gives you all this for free. Now, where you will probably need premium is when, like I said, you're getting cloud, right? You're getting this free space. But that free space has a limit. And once you've used up to 15 gig of that space, then you need to pay for more space, right? But 15 gig is very large, right? So you have to have put in a lot of things in there, like a lot of things to really take off, to really just use up that 15 gig space, right? But, and also, if you're going to be hosting meetings and maybe, speaking to a larger amount of people, 50 people, and speaking to them like for an hour or so, yeah, you're gonna need more space, right? But I would say, if you're a solopreneur and you're starting out, you can start out for free, and as you grow, you can go to the business starter. But if you are already a business, a small business, and you have a team working with you, then of course you need the business standard plan, because with that plan you get 2 terabytes, and you also have access to their AI, right? And you have appointment booking pages. Don't worry, I'm going to explain all these things in details, how you can actually use all these tools in your business, because a lot of people just talk about Google Workspace, but really, how do you use these tools in your business, right? How do you implement them in your day-to-day life? How does it improve your productivity? Because we keep hearing all this word collaboration, productivity. How does it do that, right? So I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to be working you through all that, right? So you see, what you get is, with a pricing plan, you get more space, more time, right? And more participants, right? That's what you get. Like, you get more space, more time, more participants, especially if you're using the Google Meet. Okay. So, like I said, Microsoft is also a competitor with, Google Workspace. And for me, I think that different people have classified, how people use these tools. And I think if you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, and even some companies actually use Google Workspace. But mostly I've seen that offices, if you're in the corporate zone, most standard office companies, they use Microsoft, and there's still a huge percentage that still use Google Workspace. So either way, they work alike. And if you normally use Microsoft Office, you find it very easy to use Google Workspace. And then the premium of business standard, business plus, you can get like an admin portal where you can manage your teammates, give access to your teammates. So yeah, I mean, that is one of the things it also offers you, like a admin portal where you can manage who has access to what, who does what, how many space you're handing out, creating emails for people, giving yourself like a domain email. So certainly I'm going to explain all these things and how you can use them in your business. So let's go over to Google Drive. Okay. Now, for you to have access to these tools for free, just have a Gmail account. You can go to www.google, create a Gmail account if you don't have one, and you can access these tools for free. All right. So all you need to do, like as you can see, I'm logged into my Gmail account, and this is just a demo. I'm logged into my Gmail account, and so with that, you have access to those tools. And if you just click at the top here, hold on, if you come, yeah, just create a new tab and then come at the top here, you see all these tools are also here for you to have access to. These are all the tools I have access to, right? So this is just like a shortcut if you just want to access them. And so if I want to go to Google Drive, I just scroll down and click on Drive, right? And voila, I'm in Google Drive. Now, with Google Drive, what you get is storage. And it's like I said, right? It's like your storage system. Yeah, that's what Google Drive is. So this is where you store all your documents, your slide, your sheets. You store everything here, and this is a cloud storage. And one thing I love about Google Drive is also the fact that you can even, like you can just arrange these documents, right? However way you want. You can arrange them, put them in like folders, put them in files, and just arrange them the way you want them to be, right? And so with the Google Drive, you can also, like I said, here is a folder that I created said titled templates. And with that you can find monthly proposal meetings, you can see a slide here and a sheet here. It just gives you um this visual look of your folders, and you can always search for anything on your drive. So if you're working with a whole lot of clients, you have clients from different part of the world or different location, you can always like give them a folder for their companies or for their business. And in that folder, you have all the documents, everything that you're doing for them, or the services you're offering, or the proposals, everything about that company or your client in that folder. And it just helps you be organized, right? Because you don't have to have so much files or paper forms everywhere, right? You just put everything in a file, and it's just so organized. And you can always search for this document or look for your client and you can organize them however way you see fit, right? And in here, with this drive to, apart from just storing your documents, storing videos, you can also share documents too as well. You can share your documents with your teammates. As you can see, I'm the owner of this folder, but if I want to share it, I just have to right click on it and go to share. Now, with a share, if I'm sharing it to multiple people, all I need to do is add their emails and it will send it over to them, right? And they will have access to this document. You can also um, restrict access. You can give a few people access to the document. So anything you want to do, basically. And you can also collaborate on those documents too as well. So you and five other people can be working on the same document, having commenting on the documents, outlining things that you don't like. And so you can definitely partner with you can work with your clients from anywhere in the world. It kind of just makes it very easy for you, rather than going talking about it on the phone. No, you can send them the documents, and anytime they are free, they can review whatever changes you made, make their comments, say, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that, highlight it. And with that, even as they're commenting, Google is going to send you like a notification to your email telling you, oh, so and so person just made a comment. So you just go review the comments and adjust it where you need to. So it just makes it so easy when it comes to storing your stuffs on cloud. And you just know that if you need to access any of the documents, let's say you need one of the documents urgently and you can run home to go get it. But if it's in your drive and is on cloud, you can just download it, right? And use it however you see fit. And I personally have an experience on this. Sometimes, I make sure I keep all my documents on cloud. Even my personal documents, I put them on cloud. And so if I need Maybe I'm out and I urgently need a document and I'm not with it, and I didn't bring it along with me. I don't even feel stressed. Like I could just go on cloud because I know I have I've made like a copy. I just kept it in the cloud there. So I just go, made a scan copy. So I just download the file and I use it, right? And I use it. So it has saved me so many times. So it just makes things a lot more easier, makes you a lot more productive, reduces all that time wasting, and you get to focus on the really important stuff, right? So on your Google Drive, you can find your Google Sheets. And if you're very familiar with Microsoft Word, um, Microsoft Excel, and you know the whole tools, you won't really find it so hard, you won't find it difficult. It's just the same principles that apply. But yeah, you can also store all your slides here, store your sheets here, and they're called Google Sheets and your Google Docs here, and it just makes it so much easier for you. So you just store it, and you can store it you can create this document and create it in any folder that you want to create, and type out whatever you want, right? So the next tool I'm going to be talking about, which I feel is very important, is Google Forms. And maybe you might not have a use case for it right now, but later I think you would. And if you're very familiar with it, kudos to you, especially if you're a teacher. Many businesses who are into research and getting information usually use this as a survey. So you create Google Forms as a form of survey. Teachers use it for a form of assignments, getting feedback from their students. Google Form is just this, even for quiz, right? For quiz information, just gathering information generally. Google Forms is fantastic. And if you run a business, obviously you want customer feedback, right? And one of the ways you can do this is to use Google Forms, right? You can fill out some questions, tell them to give you answers, and you know, you get that feedback. And let's quickly just go to forms so you see what I'm talking about. So let me just choose this form template, which says contact forms, which is one of those common templates that you see when someone wants to get a contact form. So as you can see, you can fill out person can fill out their name, their email, their address, and their phone number. And the beautiful thing is you get a response, or you get a notification when somebody responds to this form, and you can link it to a Google Sheet, which is just like Excel. You can link it to a database that collects that information, that collects all this database that you can go over, especially if you sell things, right? And a customer wants to like put an order through to you, and you just want to collect information of their address to where you can deliver their package. So you can use Google Forms to collect that information. You can even use Google Forms to allow them to even upload the receipt for payment. And as they upload that, you can go to the database where it's stored, which is the Google Sheets, and access that information. So you see, all these tools are pretty much linked together, right? You can link Google Forms with Google Sheets. You can link Google Sheets with Google Docs. So you can link all this, and it just works, right? And it's very effective. So you can get responses, and if you come to settings, you can make it a quiz. You can restrict responses to one. You can collect their emails automatically. You can send the response back to them. Maybe they filled out the form and they want, like, I want to see what I responded. You can always automate it, and they get the response back. It's amazing. You can use Google Forms for so many things, right? And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what Google Forms is all about, right? It's all about online forms, survey, and data collection. Just think about anything, any information that you want to collect from your clients, from anybody, right? Use Google Forms. And the next tool that I'm going to go to is Google Calendar. Let's go to Google Calendar. So once you just, you know what, let's just click here and let's search for Google Calendars, right? And with Google Calendar, it is a fantastic tool. And in fact, I use this every day in my life. And if you're very much familiar with this tool, good, kudos to you. But here's how you can use it in your business, right? It just helps you manage your time, helps you manage your time, helps people or your teammates manage their time. Because imagine you usually have this repetitive, meetings during the week or meetings with your boss, and maybe they're always scheduled at a particular time. And you can create like a team calendar where your whole schedule is planned out for the entire month, so everybody has access to that calendar, everybody gets notifications prior to the meeting, everybody sees that calendar and know what they have to do for the day, for the month, for the week, right? So everything has already been scheduled, you just need people to show up. So that's one thing about Google Calendar. It makes team people work together. So you can see what those team have planned for that month, and you can share this calendar too to other people to have access to it, so people can actually still see your calendar. So if anybody just books a meeting, you can see where they kind of align, or maybe you have two meetings together and then you just see it. It just makes everything so visual, so clear, right? You can just see that. So it's just a very lovely productive tool that helps you manage, schedule, you know just schedule your entire day, week, and you can see all your meetings both online and offline too as well. So it's a fantastic tool, especially if you're working with a lot of people, teammates, you really enjoy using this tool, right? And the next tool I'm gonna go to that could also that would help you is Google Sites. Now with Google Sites, it helps you create a simple website without coding. And today, to create a website, it takes a lot. Especially, I know there are a lot of tools out there, like Framer and the rest, right? WordPress. But sometimes they still have a very steep learning curve, right? They have a very steep learning curve. If you're not techie, it's just difficult to just code or build a website. It's gonna take a while. But one thing I love about Google Sites, it just gives you that online platform, right? And you can just and literally is a drag and drop website. Like, I'm not kidding. This is not, oh, it's a drag and drop website, because we get that a lot, from a lot of websites. Like, oh, is a drag and drop website? No, you know, when you hear something like, I mean, I've heard Webflow say that they are a drag and drop website, but Webflow is not as easy as people think it is. Framer, there are still some principles or things you need to know. But with Google sites, it's literally just a drag and drop website. If you sell any product, you can upload your products here, and you can just put in the image, put in the name of your business, add a picture to the background. It's just really easy to use, and you can just get it running. But now, though, previously you could just design this and publish it, and it's online. But right now they're taking down sites that have the Google dot sites, because there's something they call a domain name, and it's just like when you go to www.google.com, that's their domain name. So when you create a site with Google, you get, for example, awelenuela.googlesite.com. But they don't like that anymore. So they want you to go the extra mile and just get a domain name. But you're just getting only a domain name, and you're not paying for hosting. It's free. They're hosting this for you for free. All you need to do is just get a domain name and link it up to the Google site. and it's up and running and it's online. And guess what? It's Google, the biggest search engine on earth, right? It's where everybody go to search for things. And they have a site. Yes, it's search engine. You can just easily, people can still find your business online. It's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. I love it. And I recommend this for anyone who just getting started and don't have like, thousands of dollars or to just spend on a website, right? I recommend this for anyone. So this is a beautiful tool that you can use. And the next one that I'm going to be talking about, it's a very common Google tool. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have probably had meetings, or if you work remotely, you might have used this tool, or you're familiar with Zoom. It works the same way, right? And like I said, Microsoft is a big competitor of um, you know Microsoft and Zoom. They are a big competitor of Google Meet. So if you're familiar with Google, Microsoft, you can use the Teams, Microsoft Teams, which is also a fantastic conferencing tool. And if you're, you know, familiar with Zoom, the same thing too with Google Meet, right? So they are both conferencing tool which you can use to connect, collaborate, and with anybody. You can have a discussion with your clients. And one thing why I'm a big advocate for Google is because it just gives you this, with some of these tools you need to pay a premium fee. But with Google Meet, you can start for free, right? You get for the free for the free version, you get like 30 minutes free chat to, have a conference with anybody or talk to anyone for free. I know that Zoom gives you 40 minutes, but with Google you get about 40 minutes too as well. But I just love it because you can just include it i- in your calendar too as well. And everybody gets the Google Meet information, they get the link. So it's just a very lovely collaborative tool. And from someone and me who have been working remotely too as well. So this is really come in handy when I had to, have meetings, conduct meetings online, talk to my boss, or, you know, just have a team meet, a greet. You can just have a greet and meet online with anyone. And right now, a lot of people are going into, live conferencing where they hold parties, hold events online, and, they're looking for ways to make it more interesting, right? And so, yeah, Google Meet is an awesome tool as well. And I think you can use this tool to just schedule meetings with your client, schedule meetings. You can even keep updates, especially if you have a team. And there's a certain term we use in Scrum or Agile practices where they say, daily stand-ups. That just means like you meet for 5 to 15 minutes every day, and you have discussion about what you've done, what you did yesterday, what you've accomplished. And so you can just use Google Meet to have these daily stand-ups, these daily meetings where you can communicate with your team to know how far they've gone, the progress rate. And it's an amazing tool for your business. So I definitely recommend it. And one another tool again that I think in the Google, we're all familiar with it, is the Gmail, right? Everybody knows about Gmail. You have an email, and I think a lot of people have email, and the it's just for sending messages, right? And communicating with people too as well. And one thing I actually like about it is the fact that you can add your signature. You can also take documents from your Google Drive and attach them here. So anything that you have stored here, and probably maybe you want to send the files over to your client and you just want them to have access to it, you can just immediately go to your drive where you save the documents and send it to them, right? Send it to them. And it just helps things, even if you're on the road, you're on the go. It's just easy access, so productive. and it's just amazing, right? And you can even schedule your meetings. You can schedule your meetings. I mean, sorry, schedule your emails, right? And so you can set up a time where you can you can even send some of these messages. And again, you can label. I just saw something new, which is set up a time to meet, where you can even create an event using the Google Calendar from here, from your email, and send it out. And you can also label some of your emails, right? And label them just to organize them. Maybe organize them as, this is so and so emails. This is emails from this. So you just organize all your emails. And I think I've used this and I think it's fantastic. It's a really fantastic feature in the Google Mail. And yeah, I really hope that everything I said here has really been helpful. And I really also want to see, get to hear about how you're using Google Workspace to improve your business, how you're using Google Workspace to actively grow your business as well, and the results you're getting. And also leave a comment as well if you really enjoyed this and this was very helpful and made it very clear for you. And I'm here to help and keep growing and keep advising you on the best tools that are out there, right? So also like, share, and subscribe as well, because it really does help. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.